In 1917, two ships bumped into each other at walking speed in a Canadian harbor. Minutes later, the resulting explosion was the largest man-made blast in history, a record that stood until the atomic bomb. Here's the real chain. Halifax, Nova Scotia was one of the busiest wartime ports in North America, packed with ships supporting the Allied effort in World War I. On the morning of December 6th, a French cargo ship called the Mont Blanc entered the harbor, fully loaded with a cargo most of the crew barely dared talk about. The Mont Blanc was carrying thousands of tons of high explosives, including TNT and picric acid, essentially a floating bomb disguised as a routine freighter. Wartime secrecy meant the ship carried no special warning flags. Other vessels in the harbor had no idea what they were sharing water with. In the harbor's narrow channel, the Mont Blanc collided with a Norwegian ship called the Imo. Neither vessel was moving fast. The impact barely dented the hull. But the collision sparked a fire on the Mont Blanc's deck, and that fire began creeping toward the explosives packed below. The crew, fully aware of what was in the hold, abandoned ship immediately and rowed for shore as fast as they physically could. The burning, unmanned ship drifted toward the docks, drawing a crowd of curious onlookers who had no idea they were watching a countdown. At 9:04 in the morning, the Mont Blanc detonated. The blast was later estimated at roughly a fifth the explosive force of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima decades later. The explosion leveled roughly 2 square kilometers of the city almost instantly, flattening homes, factories, and churches in every direction. Around 2,000 people were killed and about 9,000 more were injured, many by flying glass as windows shattered across the entire city. That flying glass caused an unusually high number of severe eye injuries. Hundreds of Halifax residents were left partially or fully blinded that single morning. A blizzard hit the region the very next day, burying rescue efforts and survivors under snow while relief crews scrambled to reach the wounded in time. Medical teams and supplies were rushed in from across the region, including a fast relief train from Boston that became one of the earliest large-scale disaster relief operations in North America. The sheer number of eye injuries pushed Halifax doctors to develop new techniques in emergency eye surgery and trauma care almost overnight, out of pure necessity. That surge of hands-on trauma expertise fed directly into the emerging field of modern ophthalmic surgery in Canada in the years that followed. Investigators studying the disaster focused on one glaring failure. Nobody in the harbor, and no one on the docks, had any warning about what the Mont Blanc was actually carrying. That failure became the foundation for new international rules requiring hazardous cargo to be clearly declared, labeled, and tracked before entering any port. Ships carrying explosives or dangerous chemicals were now required to fly specific warning flags and follow strict separation rules from other vessels and city centers. Those rules evolved over the following decades into the modern International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code, the rulebook that still governs hazardous shipping worldwide. Every container ship today marked with a hazard placard, kept at a mandated distance from populated docks, exists because of lessons written in the wreckage of Halifax. A routine, low-speed bump between two ships turned into the deadliest single event in Canadian history, and rewrote how the entire world moves dangerous cargo. Follow Forgotten Record for more Real Chains history.